Hey y'all, hey, let's get into this amazing reading for Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. You've asked, I'm here, so let's get into it. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Sometimes the tea is hot and sometimes it's not. You have to watch the video to the end to determine for yourself. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are always here, welcome back, friend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay. All right, so we have some cards that are face down. For me, when cards are face down, it just means this is something that either they are not aware of yet or the collective energy is not aware of. However, when the cards are facing up, it is right there, plain and simple, in your face, right? Spirit is acknowledging that this has to do with a platonic relationship, a romantic relationship, a business relationship, some form of relationship. And the depths of this relationship are deep because it creates anxiety, sadness, fear, and depression. And one is trying to be a strong pillar, strong post to their detriment and also to their demise because they're trying to keep up something, trying to prove love and or loyalty. And this is where they put their fire, their flame. Thank you, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is where they choose to put their focus. And Spirit says, take a deep breath, have some inner calm and inner peace about oneself, and ask yourself, do you really want to deal with this for the rest of your life? When it comes to this too, when I say do you want to deal with this, it has a lot to do with swirl communication around sweet as a Georgia peach, sexual energy, creative energy, and emotional energy, kindness, tender care, charm, beauty, flirtation, a delicious experience. And there is a lot of people cackling and hackling, honey. Well, that just deals my pickle. And this is layered. So one is content and the other is looking like, what the F. Okay, now my business. Total contentment. It's a yes. Success, wishes granted. Mastery, joyous resolution. And the thing about it is you can't go around it. You can't go under it. You can't go over it. You have to grow through it to get rooted and grounded, to maintain authenticity and to be genuine. It's time to just confess. That's just what Spirit says. And where one doesn't want to go around it, under it, or over it anymore. And this is interesting because Spirit is like, why is George Bush, the son, why is he so quiet? That's not my business. I don't know, Spirit. But Spirit is acknowledging when it comes to this relationship, someone is acknowledging a suffering fool filled with disdain, displeasure, poking fun, needing to read between the lines. Again, sexual energy, creative energy, emotional energy, throat chakra suppressed in that it can't speak in regards to this relationship, be that platonic, business, and or romantic. Someone feels like they just fell off the turnip truck. I had no idea how that got there. I did not have relations with that woman. Like, that's just what Spirit is saying. That's not my business. And this creates unhealed earth sign, unhealed Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, low vibrational earth sign. And they're filled with a lot of naivete, a lot of obliviousness, inexperience, gullibility. Study and apprenticeship is needed. But one must take accountability and responsibility for their actions. So what are they not seeing? What is the collective not seeing? It's time to be truthful. It's time to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The truth is the truth is the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Truthful communication, integrity, divine intervention, surrender, reconciliation. Okay? Spirit is also acknowledging to be honest about this hotter than blue blazes, passion, sensuality, amorousness, chemistry, longing, and an instant crush. Not listening to your higher intuitive self filled with pride, ego, people-pleasing energy. Again, we have fire, passionate but yet chaotic, moving to the beat of one's own drum, a sexual energy, creative energy, emotional energy, and then supported by one's choices. Your choices are a direct reflection of what you believe you deserve. Trying to be quiet about it, trying to be very discreet, private, shh, don't tell, right? But in being quiet and being calm, Spirit is acknowledging one feels like they're lazing around like a bump on a log, filled with loafing, inertia, disinterest, not able to move forward. So how does Bill Clinton feel about Donald Trump? Well, that's just another layer he's added to the cake, honey. Accomplished, triumph, self-esteem, confidence, talent, accolade, and fame. Again, subconsciously feeling very naive. Why do you feel so naive? I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't know very gullible. But then also Spirit is acknowledging, yeah, but this is the windy road that you've chosen. And at any point, you can get on a more straight and narrow path if you choose. Children energetically are involved. Spirit is showing me children. Spirit is also acknowledging that he needs a spiritual bath, but they're into it. They're into the hoodoo that you do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Anyway, spiritual bath. I do see crystals, and I also see bottles. Not bottles. We see bottles, Spirit? Okay, and candles. Okay. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio wanting to clear, cancel, and release to manifest a life that they do want. Okay. And again, how are they doing so? By tapping into the ancestors. Okay. And they've tried over and over and over and over and over again to no avail. And I don't know what you see on television, but listen. Believe half of what you see. Spirit is acknowledging they're trying to think you have some form of breakthrough and solution. They being Donald Trump. And whoever Spirit says his puppet master is. That's not my business. But it's all of this ancestral energy getting rooted, getting grounded. And they're trying to do so. Trying to have breakthrough, solution, receptivity, and faith through tapping in on ancestral energy. Interesting. And then how does Donald Trump feel about Bill Clinton? Okay. Well, he's acknowledging two peas in a pod. Higher intuitively, he knew this wasn't going to work, but the heart wants what the heart wants. Okay, again, this is supported by his choices. Good choices equal good karma, and bad choices equal bad karma. Creates a lot of depth. Anxiety, sadness, fear, depression, wanting to clear, cancel, and release this to manifest a life that one does want, but it's a mirror match. I see you and me, and you see you, me and you. Interesting. But when it comes to Bill Clinton, now he's trying to put his boats in the water to pivot, to change. Thank you. To change direction. Which way do I go? Water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Anxiety, sadness, fear, and depression. Hillary Clinton's energy is coming through, and so is Chelsea Clinton's energy coming through. Seeking fulfillment, enthusiasm, following bliss, and money. In the middle of the deck, what do we see? A passionate relationship. Passion, sensuality, amorousness, chemistry, longing, and an instant crush. Hotter than blue blazes. Higher intuitively, not listening to your higher intuitive self. Filled with all this green earth sign energy. Pride, ego, people-pleasing energy. And then we have hotter than blue blazes, yet fiery, passionate but yet chaotic. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? Again, sexual energy, creative energy, emotional energy, supported by one's choices. Your choices are a direct reflection of what you believe you deserve. So, Bill Clinton, okay, and Donald Trump. Somebody is the narcissist and assigning someone to do the dirty work. With the flying monkey, which creates a lot of animosity. Again, we got all this red needing to get rooted and grounded, all this yellow, the fire in the belly to do what one wants to do because they can. This relationship is toxic. Okay, what else in regards to Bill Clinton and Donald Trump? Okay, evil eye, yeah. False narrative and abuse. Now, I don't know who has the evil eye on who's spreading the juicy details. And because the juicy details have been spread, one feels abused. That's their business. Causing one to be an ice king, cold-hearted, cold shoulder, cold as ice. Ice is significant. Makes me feel like ice wall. Makes me feel like Antarctica. Makes me feel like something being done to hold someone, to contain someone. Almost like a spell, to be frozen. And Spirit says, even the windy path with these two leads to the light. There is death here. Transition. Something must end so that something else can begin, because you've been a thief while you manifesting all of this energy. You've been a thief, manifesting, taking from the rich and from the poor, taking from the rich to give to the poor. Who? I don't know. Stealing mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Let me see. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Thank you. Okay, so this is the Lover's card. And this is a toxic web. This is a toxic tail. There's imbalance here. And so because there is imbalance, one must release and let go. Three's a crowd with Marasa. All this fire in the belly to do what you want to do because you can. But know that your choices are a direct reflection of your decisions, how you feel about yourself, what you desire, right? And so there's this song and dance card. There's a song and dance here. Trying to find balance where there is imbalance. Marasa. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Thank you. Okay, on the surface, someone is trying to stay centered and align themselves with the universe. Subconsciously doing drugs. This reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes. Wanting to set the record straight because they know they fucked up, and attracting moths to their light. Doing more than just working out and going to the gym. Spending long hours doing what? Not my business. Spending long hours making bad choices. So let's dive a little bit deeper. How does Donald Trump feel about Bill Clinton? Falling apart, falling into pieces, all torn up, a bugaboo in the area of passion. Passion for business, family, platonic, or relationship. And Spirit says, you already know the tea. There is a recording, okay? There's a sound bite. Can you hear it? Announcement expressing a private relationship under the umbrella. Interesting. And then, oh, and then envy. Okay, Bill Clinton, how does he currently feel about Donald Trump? Look at this card. This card just wants to come. Again, a recording, announcement, expression, revealing, trying to brainstorm when it comes to Donald Trump. Ideas, problem solving, trying to figure this shit out. Toxic, sick, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Okay. These two. There's imbalance. Again, an unhealed, low vibrational earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Lacking balance, lack of organization, poor financial decision, biting off more than you can chew, poor concentration. Donald Trump and Bill Clinton, biggest obstacle. I read biggest obstacle in reverse. Letting go of the past is an obstacle with the Six of Cups in reverse. Focusing on the future is an obstacle. Maturity, growing up, leaving home is an obstacle. With the Chariot, forcefulness is an obstacle. A lack of direction is an obstacle. A lack of self-control is an obstacle. Powerlessness, aggression, coercion, being blocked by obstacles is an obstacle with the Chariot card. And then with the Justice card in reverse. Wow. Big one. Injustice, karmic retribution, dishonesty, corruption, lack of accountability, dishonesty, unfairness, karmic avoidance. All obstacles. So what was their relationship consistent upon? Like, what was it about? Like, child. Shedding the old and letting go of people, possessions, or issues. Generosity, sharing, greed, unwarranted fear of poverty is at the foundation of the relationship with the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So there's imbalance in the heart chakra. There's imbalances in finances. There's imbalances in success. One does not feel like they have healthy boundaries and feeling like they're building on sinking sand. That's at the foundation of the relationship. Subconsciously, there is death. Second time we see this card, meaning that in their relationship, because there was no ground, there was no foundation, there's also this energy of spiritual transformation and new beginnings. So one is able to move on, let go, change, transition, release, purge, strip away. This is very interesting. A liberation through purgation. So it's almost, it makes me feel like sort of acknowledging, you scratch my back, I scratch yours kind of energy. There's also this energy of emotional intelligence with the King of Cups. Okay, we get more water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Trust, wealth of knowledge, caring, healing, good advice. Someone who understands unconscious motivations. Okay, a man in touch with his emotional life, a good friend, a mature, emotional, stable person in the middle of the deck. Wow. So what? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Spirit says this card. There is releasing pain, overcoming depression, optimism, forgiveness. The worst is over with the Three of Swords in reverse. The worst is over from what? Heartbreak, betrayal, loneliness, removal, absence, division, depression, separation, sadness, heartache, unhappiness, upheaval, grief, sorrow, upset, disorder, confusion, affliction, loss, distraction, ill health, conflict, dissolution. Libra in reverse. And I'm just going to tell you what Spirit said while I was reading that. Somebody's getting ready to cross over, allegedly. All right, let's keep going. Anything else in regards to these two? How does the wife, Hillary, feel about Donald Trump? Interesting. She feels strong. She feels inner strength. She also is very focused. She feels like when it comes to Donald Trump, there's injustice and karmic retribution, dishonesty, corruption, a lack of accountability, dishonesty, unfairness, karmic, with the Queen of Wands in reverse, seduction, lies, strictness, disorganization, prudish, a moralistic person who tries to impose their values on others. And then with the Devil card, there's an energy of addiction, depression, mental health issues, ego, secrecy, obsession, cheating, dependency, bondage, materialism, sexuality, powerlessness, hopelessness, abuse, violence, thank you, Spirit, assault. fault. Finding it hard to let go. The power of negative thinking. What's next for Donald Trump in regards to Bill Clinton? Shattered dreams, nightmares, unhappiness, devastation, misery, a lack of fulfillment with the 9 of Cups in reverse. Anything else about these two? Oh, child. Lack of money, poor financial control, a lack of opportunities, or lost opportunities. One or both is going to lose everything. Spirit says that's it. The end. The end. All's well that ends well. With the World card, sending the collective energy, love and light.